When I woke up this morning, I went to my back deck to drink a cup of coffee and I saw this scene. I just think it's beautiful, and I wanted to take a photograph of it, and now I'm going to try and capture it in a watercolor painting. I like the contrast of the white fog and the dark tree trunks. That's what I hope to capture. I'm starting with a rough sketch here, trying to capture the shapes of the trunks and the trees. It's kind of, there's a little bit of busyness going on up here. And down here, more dark. Make sure I get those lights in there. I think that this area in here will be a focal point. The sky will be blue on top, hopefully. Thing is, I plan out these paintings the way that I want them to come out, and they never come out the way I want them to come out. That's the thing about painting. It's really hard to control the paint. Well, it's not that it's hard to control the paint, it's that I start painting probably like all artists, and there's these wonderful things called mistakes. You make mistakes and then you follow the mistake. The mistake is the art, it seems like. The real art is the mistake. I've already captured this image with a camera, and I don't know if any human being, any artist, any human being can capture the beauty of nature created by God. But like I say, you start painting and mistakes happen. Then you follow that mistake. And that's the art, the mistake. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Put some green. Some green in there. Try and keep it loose. Put some brown in there for the okay, let that dry. Get some blue up there for the sky. Accidents will happen. Accidents will happen. Okay, there we go. Let that dry. Now I'm adding opaque white or gouache. Gouache is watercolor, but it's opaque. So I don't know why they say it's watercolor, because watercolor is transparent, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to create that effect. Gonna lay down some white paint. Don't like that. That's called a paint booger. Thing about art, once I learn how to do something, then I don't want to do it anymore. Then it's not art. Maybe that's why I've never been a commercially successful artist. Art for me has always been my main form of entertainment. I do my job and I make my money. And then instead of watching TV or playing video games, I just do art. I guess to be a successful YouTube artist, you have to present instructional videos. Well, I don't feel qualified to do that. I'm not going to pretend that I can instruct other people in art. I learn a lot from videos. There are tons of videos out there with real, technically proficient artists, incredible artists. I don't pretend to be one of those. I'm not at that skill level. That's not a put down. It's just reality. But in doing this, the great thing is I don't know what I'm doing because I've never painted something like this before, but it's really taking something's happening here. I don't know what's happening, but there's something about negative space. I can see shapes starting to form. The interesting thing about art is, yeah, it's nice to draw a tree, capture a tree, but it's also the shape in between the trees. That's the interesting part, the negative space. And so I believe that's what is happening right now. I don't know if anybody else is enjoying this, but I sure am. This is fun, man. I don't know where this is going. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, like I said, but what I want to do and what happens are usually two different things. I keep getting these paint boogers. I don't want paint boogers. Gouache. I became a fan of art when I was a kid. I found this book of Leonardo da Vinci, his drawings. I was just mesmerized. The way that guy would draw with the lines, cross-hatching. And I tried to draw like Leonardo da Vinci. I think Leonardo da Vinci, I read an article once. I didn't read it, I just saw something. I think it was in Psychology Today, something like that. And they were rating IQs of men in the past. And the guy who turned out to be the smartest guy by their standards was Leonardo da Vinci. And that would not surprise me. Not only was he an artist, but he could switch gears and become a scientist and an engineer. That's incomprehensible to me. But I'd say he's one in a million, but he's more than that. He's one in billions. I don't think anybody's ever. There's only been a couple of guys who, well, really, I don't think there's anybody who's ever been a great scientist and a great artist. That's never happened. Isaac Newton was a great scientist. Albert Einstein was a great scientist. But could they draw? Could they paint? No. Picasso was a great painter. But could he design helicopters 500 years before they came into existence? I don't think so. One time when Photoshop came out, I took the portrait of Leonardo da Vinci, his self-portrait, and superimposed it over the Mona Lisa, and they're the same face. The Mona Lisa is a self-portrait. Leonardo da Vinci. I guess he was a cross-dresser, I don't know. Okay, well, it's starting to take a little bit of shape there. We'll see what happens.